Hey everyone, I'm Ben from the YMCA of Greater Boston, and we're here today to practice mindful yoga. So let's begin by sitting comfortably, legs crossed if that works for you. Feel free to extend one or both legs out if that's more comfortable. Let your eyes close, let your breath flow, and breathe if you can through the nose. That's not essential. Just keep that breath flowing. And on the in-breath, can you grow just a little taller? On the out-breath, keep the spine long and relax. Let go any unnecessary effort. Soften the muscles of your face. Relax around the eyes and forehead, the jaw, the mouth. Simply notice how you're showing up in your body, your physical body. Feel the sensation in your body. And throughout the practice, as your mind wanders, thoughts and feelings arise, notice them, welcome them, and gently bring your awareness back to your physical body, back to sensation. And if you notice you're reaching a limit, physical limit, just notice that edge. Don't force beyond it. If it feels too intense, back off just a little bit. Keep your body safe at all times. Let's take a nice deep breath and let it go. And we'll move into the exercises by coming onto the back. And just relax here on your back. Your feet are flat. You'll interlace your hands behind your head and press those elbows toward the mat. And feel how that pressing action provides a stretch through the chest muscles, pectorals, and relax your elbows, your arms. Good morning, John and Svetlana. Nice to have you here with us today. Okay, let's move into the crunch. Let's take a breath in. On the out breath, elbows toward the knees, knees toward the elbows. On the in breath, bring the feet down, bring the head, arms back down. Exhale into a crunch. And inhale, extend your legs out. Keep your lower back pressing. Good. Exhale, crunch. Inhale. Extend the legs out. Low back stays pressing. Continue. More challenge would be to extend the legs out closer to the mat. Less challenge, legs closer to vertical. Last one. Hold the crunch. And release. Bring the feet down. Bring the arms back to your sides. Now, take the left leg, cross it up and over the right leg, and take the arms out to a T position, and let the knees drop to the right side, head to the left. And just explore this twist. Maybe you take that right knee and press it down into that left calf to take you a little deeper, if that feels good. And then the head and the knees come up. Uncross the legs. Same thing, other side. Right leg comes up and over the left leg. Thighs joined, fully crossed legs. Knees drop to the left side and the head to the right side. Explore the depth of twist. And then bring the head and the knees back up. Uncross the legs, sweep the arms back behind you. Extend the legs straight out in front and point the toes forward. Reach the fingertips back, full body stretch. Breathe into that stretch. Exhale, let it go. Right heel forward, right hand back, left hand on right wrist. Pressing that right arm back to get a little bit more stretch. And let it go. Left heel forward, left hand back, right hand on left wrist. Inhale into the deep side stretch. Exhale, let it go. Sweep your arms back to your sides. Draw the knees in toward the chest. Wrap your arms underneath your knees and rock your body. Spinal rocking side to side, or more active, more stimulating spinal rocking forward and back. See what feels best in your body. And come up to a sitting position. And now cross your legs and take whichever leg is in front. Take hold of the ankle, maybe the foot if you can straighten the leg, or the ankle or calf and shin. Extend the leg out and just allow the leg to sweep from side to side. And then bring it down behind the other leg. Take that leg, extend it out, and sweep it from side to side. And bring it back down. Now, bring the soles of the feet together. Take the right hand over onto the left knee, the left hand back behind you. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, twist. Again, inhale, lengthen up through the spine. Exhale, can you twist just another inch? Good. Now bring that left hand out to the side and the right arm up over the head and lean over toward that left side. And come on up. Now left hand over onto the right knee, right hand back behind you. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, twist. Inhale again, lengthen. Exhale, you could pull on the knee to deepen the twist. Good. And then that right hand out to the side. Let the left arm come up and over the head. And just reach. Reach and stretch. Good. And come back up. Hands on knees. Let's come into a back bend. Hold on to those knees. Arch back. Look up. Take a big breath. Good. And exhale. Inhale once more. Back bend. And exhale. Now slide your hands down toward the feet and come into a forward bend. If you want, you can pull on the feet. Give you a little deeper forward stretch. Good. And release. Extend the legs out and shift around onto hands and knees. So you're on palms or knuckles. It can be a little easier on the wrists, I find. So extend your right leg back behind you. Your left arm straight ahead. Stretch. Toes back, fingers forward. Breathe in. Exhale, elbow to knee, knee to elbow. Inhale, reach. Exhale, tuck. See if you can lift the arm and leg a little bit higher than parallel each time. Exhale, inhale. And last one. Reach and lift and release. Same thing, other side. Left leg back, right arm forward. Stretch, toes back, fingers forward. Big breath. And exhale, tuck. Inhale, open, and tuck, and stretch, and lift the arm and leg a little higher than parallel each time. Last one, and release. Back to tabletop, and let's come into downward facing dog. So curl your toes under, come right up onto the balls of your feet, and walk your downward dog in place, just noticing sensation in the calf each time, finding that optimal stretch, not too much, not too little. Both heels now pressing back toward the mat. Lift your tailbone toward the sky and try pressing your chest down toward the mat, toward your feet. And then begin to walk your feet in toward the middle of your mat. Walk your hands back toward your feet. And while you're here in this forward bend, let's just sway a little bit from side to side and feel how the stretch just kind of flows from the back of one leg to the back of the other. And then back to center. And then pressing into your feet. And roll your body up to standing straight. Lift your shoulders up and back and down. Okay, we'll do a little balancing work here by taking the weight onto one leg and then lift the other leg. And now we're going to sweep it around in a sort of semicircle or horseshoe shape around the standing leg. Now you can touch the toes down as often as you need to, or you can keep the foot lifted the whole time. You might even add the movement with the arm, same side arm sweeping around the torso as the leg sweeps around the standing leg. And release. Place the foot down. Same thing other side. So take the weight onto that standing leg. Focus your gaze on a spot. Add the arm if you like. Touch the toes down when you need to. And release. Place the foot down. Separate the feet a little wider than shoulder width. Swinging twists. Now you can lift one heel each time. Twist to the left and your right heel lifts, vice versa. Now, can you also lift the foot, the heel and the foot, so you're balancing for a moment on that one leg? And then keep the toes, the balls of the feet down. And then come to stillness. Good. And now with your feet back to about hip distance, inhale the arms up, bend your knees as you sweep down. That'll help to keep your back safe, cushioning those downward forces. Exhale down, inhale back up, just falling forward. And last one, hold those arms up overhead and then float them out to the sides and down. So with your feet remaining about hip distance, shoulders up and back and down, float your arms out and up overhead. Interlace your fingers. Now point your index fingers and arch over to one side. Reach the hands away, especially that lower hand presses away, and with the fingers clasped together, it pulls and stretches that side body. Good. Crescent moon. Come up, other side, reaching the hand away. You could also press this hip out to the side a little bit to deepen the side bend. And back to vertical. Good. Now float your arms out and down and plant your hands against your lower back, pressing into your low back, supporting your back, your buttocks as you press your hips forward in a back bend. Back to vertical. Lift your arms up, hinge forward, pause with your back parallel to the mat, and then take your arms behind you, Yoga Mudra.
Interlace your hands, lift your arms away from your back. And just let your head hang. If there's too much pressure in your head or face, lift it up a little bit. Lift your arms toward the sky. Now bring your arms down. Bend those knees and lift your arms up so that they're parallel to the floor, sitting back toward your heel. Sink down. Work those quadriceps muscles. Focusing on a spot. Option to come up onto the balls of the feet. Balancing here. And then bring the heels back down. Come back up to vertical. Palms touch once again, and this time the other little finger in front. Clasping your hands the non-habitual way. Point your index fingers. Arching over to the side. This time we'll add a balance component to the crescent moon by letting that outer leg extend out to the side, toes touch. Lift the foot if you can, or just keep touching and lifting. Balance if you can on that standing leg. Focus your gaze on a spot. And then bring the foot right back down and flowing into balancing crescent moon on the other side. Toes touch or lift. Touch and lift or hold the lift. More challenge, lift the leg a little higher. And release. Good. Bring the hands back down in front of your chest. Inhale your arms up overhead, and exhale. Float your arms back to your sides and relax. And just see if your body wants to move in its own natural flow. Spontaneous movement is a welcome part of a yoga practice. Your legs spread wide apart. Now you may want to just watch for a moment. When we come into the wide leg forward fold, you'll bend one knee, and that way you get a nice stretch to those inner thigh muscles. We'll do the same thing on both sides. So start by lifting your arms up. Take a breath in. And then hinge forward and try to keep a long spine. Hinging from your hip joints, reaching the tailbone up and back and the crown of the head down and forward. Just finding that depth that's comfortable for you. Bring your hands down wherever they land on your legs, knees, calves, ankles, feet. And then bend one knee. Your upper body will shift slightly toward that bent knee, and the stretch happening in the other leg, the inner thigh muscles. Just feel that stretch. Not too much, just a nice opening through your adductor muscles. And switch to the other side. Coming back to center. Good. Pressing into your feet. And let your hands slide up your legs as you come back up, standing upright, walking your feet back in, and then stepping up to the top of your mat so that you have plenty of mat to step back into. Feet about hip distance, shoulders up and back and down. Now that left leg, big step back. Front knee above the ankle, facing front. So maybe you shift that back foot such a way that it's easy to have your hips pointing straight ahead. And then you float your arms up overhead. Relax your shoulders down. Hold here in warrior pose. And take in the words of John Wellwood. He said, awareness, courage, and gentleness. These are the basic weapons of the warrior of the heart. The peaceful warrior. So bring that left arm down. Bring it behind the left thigh. Keep that right arm pointing straight up and see if you can arch back slightly. Reverse warrior. Good. Arm comes down, then both arms float out to the side. Hinge forward, back foot, part way forward, front knee straight, but not totally straight. You can keep a micro bend in that front knee so it's not locked. And as you lift that left leg, you're in balancing warrior. Touch the toes down if needed. Hinge further into the forward fold for more challenge. And then take your left foot back alongside the right foot. Take a breath. Just notice the difference between the right side and the left side. Same sequence, other side. So take that right leg and step it way back. Left knee right above the ankle. Face front, chest open. Arms up overhead. And breathe. Again, the words of John Wellwood, awareness, courage, gentleness. These are the basic weapons of the warrior of the heart. Right arm down, behind the right thigh. Left arm stays straight up but arching back ever so slightly. Reverse warrior, looking up toward the sky. And bring that left arm down. Both arms out to the side. Left knee nearly straight. Hinge forward, back foot partway forward, lift back leg, balance. And bring the foot down alongside the other foot. Sweep your arms out and up overhead, palms touch, hands back in front of your chest. Inhale, arms straight up overhead. Exhale, graceful swan dive, slow motion into that deep forward fold. Inhale, come up about halfway, back parallel to the floor or a little higher. And then exhale back into the deep fold. Now walk your feet back, coming into your downward dog, resting on palms or knuckles, heels pressing toward the mat, chest pressing down toward the feet, and then coming into a plank. Nice straight line. How can you move your plank a little forward by coming up onto the tips of the toes, and then back to the balls of the toes. And then let the knees come down, the thighs, buttocks, belly, chin, hands to your sides, palms facing up. Let's come into locust pose. So slide your hands under your thighs, palms up. Press hips and thighs down into those hands and wrists. And if that's uncomfortable, it's fine to keep your arms at your sides. pressing the hips and thighs down into the mat or into your hands, and lift both legs. Locust. Lift the right leg a little bit higher and the left up alongside it. Then the left a hair higher and the right up alongside it. Inhale, can you lift your head and chest off the mat? One more deep breath, lifting everything, legs, head, chest. And ease down. Good. Slide your hands out from underneath. Bring your hands around to the front so you're resting hand over hand, and then chin rests on the back of one hand. And just relax here for a moment, as fully as you can. Walk your elbows back under your chest and then press. As you walk your elbows back, you sit back toward the heels. Toward is the operative word. It may not work at all to sit back on your heels. That, for me, would probably result in injuring my knees. So I just find that level of flexion that feels good, and I don't go beyond it. Relaxing here in extended child. And then coming up to a tabletop position. We'll move into tiger pose. So lift that right foot. Just shift that right foot over to the left. You're pivoting on that right knee. Touch the toes down, outside of that left ankle, and then the left hand comes back. Can you take hold of the foot or the ankle? If not, you can just slide the right knee back and lift it, keeping the hand reaching toward the foot. If you have hold, then just lift the foot, lift the knee, press the foot into the hand. Maybe explore just a little bit, subtle movement. You could shift a little forward, a little to the side. Maybe lift the foot a little higher. Explore the subtleties in the pose. And release. Bring the knee back down, the hand back down, and switch to the other side. By taking the left foot, lifting it, pivoting on that left knee, touching the toes of the left foot down, outside the right ankle, right hand back, holding on to the foot or ankle. If you can, slide the knee back, lift the knee, lift the foot, press the foot into the hand, hold the pose. Feel that stretch. Those quadricep muscles that we strengthened earlier. Good. And release. Bring the knee down. Sit to one side and extend your legs out. And extend your legs wide apart as well. Hands out in front. Lift your arms up. Come into seated angle, hinging forward from the hip joints. Knees are either slightly bent or straight. Coming as far as you can with a long spine rather than rounding the back. Attempt to hinge from the hips and then bring the hands down. So maybe they take hold of your toes or your ankles or your shins. And just hang out here in seated angle. We'll move into side seated angle by releasing the left hand, letting your Upper body shift over toward the right and turning your head so that you're facing the side of the room. And taking that left arm above your head and reaching that left arm along the same line as your right leg. Good. And switch. Bring the hand over to the left leg, left hand on the leg, holding on. Upper body shifting over toward that left leg as well, and then rotating so you're facing the side of the room. And then take that right arm and just extend it above the head and along the same line as that left leg. And hang out here. Side seated angle. And back to center. And release. Just slide your hands along your legs until you're sitting back upright. And then bring your legs back together. Good. So let's come on to the back. With your feet flat and your arms at your sides. We'll come into bridge pose and then the single leg bridge by pressing the feet into the mat, lifting your hips, lifting your buttocks, your back. Just coming up about as high as you can without strain. And now, can you take that left leg and extend it straight up toward the sky? And you lower that leg part way so the leg is at about a 45-degree angle. The thighs are parallel or approximately so. Just feel the work in that right leg, right thigh, buttock. Good. Bring the foot flat alongside the other foot. Let's lift your bridge once again a little higher, pressing into both feet. And then taking that right leg and extending it straight up toward the sky. And then slowly lowering that leg partway down. Feel the muscles working in the left thigh, buttock, and bring that right foot down. Inhale, lift once more. Bring your bridge to its full height. And then slowly lower it down. Relax. Good. Just relax here. Extend your legs out and let go. Take your arms out to a T position and bring your feet flat. Now take that left leg, lift it up over the right leg. We'll come into a spinal twist. So, we'll drop the knees down to the left side. So earlier in the class, we dropped the knees to the right when the legs were crossed like this. This time to the left. It's a little different. Different type of stretch. Your head to the right. If you want to go deeper, you just take that top leg, the left leg, and you press it down against the right leg. And that'll give you a little deeper twist. If it's too intense, just back off a little bit. Find that optimal depth. Good. And then bring your head and your knees back to face up.
bring your arms back to your sides. Slide that left foot over onto that right knee, or the thigh adjacent to the knee. Now let's move into supine pigeon pose by lifting the right foot, taking hold of the sides of that right thigh, or perhaps you can interlace your hands behind that right thigh and just give a little pull. Ideally, this posture will result in a stretch deep in that left buttock. So any strain around the knee joint or the hip joint, you, of course, back off, keeping your joints safe at all times. Just exploring the subtle sensation as you hold the pose, and possibly explore micro movements. Then release. The foot comes down, the other foot comes down. And again, open the arms out to a T position. Take that right leg up and over the left leg, thighs joined. Now, this time the knees drop to the right side, the head to the left side. Again, just explore the depth. You can just simply let gravity, the weight of the legs, create the sensation of stretch. Or maybe it's too intense, and so you lift the knees a little bit. Or maybe you want a little bit more twist, a little more stretch, and you press that right leg down into the left leg to take it deeper. And bring the head and the knees back up, arms back to your sides. Slide that left foot over onto the right knee and lift the left foot. And can you interlace your hands behind the left thigh? Or just take hold of the sides of the thigh and explore the movement. Breathe. Feel free to remain in stillness or to explore micro movements. Release. Let the foot come down. The other foot comes down. You can extend the legs out along the mat for relaxation. Arms and legs simply rest. Legs outstretched, arms at sides. Take a deep breath and let it go. Relax. Relax your feet, your legs, your buttocks and belly. Relax. Relax your back. Relax your chest. Your hands, your arms and shoulders. Relax. Relax your head. Soften and relax the muscles of the face. Relax. You're welcome to remain here, to remain in relaxation for as long as you like, or join me by exploring small movements A finger, a toe, a hand, a foot, a little stretch here, a movement there. Maybe a deep full body stretch would feel good. Bend knees and roll to one side and just rest there on your side for a few moments. And then make your way back to sitting. Right back to where we began our practice, sitting comfortably, sitting tall, and yet remain relaxed. I'd like to end today's class with a poem. This is by Dana Falls. She's a poet and a yoga teacher. And this is her poem entitled Being Present. Breathe, relax, and feel. Take time to slow down the pace of life. Watch the rise and fall of moods, the birth and death of dreams. Feelings and sensations seem so real, yet they shift like changing clouds and flow with the high tide out to sea again. Allow it all to be. No need to grasp or push away. Present with each moment, the whole of you, body, mind, and soul opens to receive. So let's take a nice deep breath and let it out with a sound or a sigh. Bring your hands to your heart. Namaste.